Almighty God, we ask for your blessing upon the members of this council as we assemble here in this chamber to conduct the ongoing business of our city. With your guidance, we will strive to ensure that all our decisions are for the common good, and your inspiration will instill respect, compassion, and thoughtfulness in all our deliberations. Give us the strength and wisdom to lead by example as the people's representatives, and that peace and harmony will mark all our proceedings and keep us faithful to the trust placed in us by the citizens of your community. Amen.
Amen.
Alderman Durrell Wilson, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, everyone. This meeting of the City Council will be in compliance with the Executive Order 7B-1 issued by Governor Lamont back on March 14th, 2020, together with any executive orders subsequently issued which pertain to such meetings. The mayors, members of the City Council, the City Manager, City Clerk, Comptroller, and Corporate Counsel shall be present in person but separated by appropriate social distancing at council chambers or participate remotely by conference call, video conference, or other technology. The meeting shall be televised on the public access channel and posted on the city's website, www.norwichct.org. Pardon me? Oh, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Again, the meeting shall be televised on public access channel and posted on the city's website, www.norwichct.org, in real time consistent with Executive Order 7B-1 and the usual practices of the City of Norwich. All remarks or comments made by the mayor and members of the Norwich City Council, city officials, and by the public during citizen comment general, which is for 30 minutes, and citizen comment on resolutions and public hearings portions of the meeting shall be included. The citizen comment general of 30 minutes is comments of citizens on resolutions and public hearings may be made telephonically pursuant to the following instructions. Call the phone number that is on the screen at 860-215-8140, and when prompted, enter the conference ID 403-8191, followed by the pound key. This number is available only during the aforementioned. Its uses commence when citizen comment general on non-agenda items and citizen comment on resolutions and public hearings is reached and opened by the mayor. Any calls must be made prior to the mayor's announcement that the citizen comment general on non-agenda items, citizen comment on resolutions, and public hearings period has ended. Citizen comment general on non-agenda items, citizen comments on resolutions limited to the resolutions and public hearings on the agenda may also be sent by email or means of other written communications stating the name, address, and title, if applicable, of the sender. Email should be sent to the office of the mayor at the mayor's office at cityofnorwich.org, and other written communications sent or delivered to the office of the mayor at 100 Broadway, Norwich, Connecticut 06360. Emails must have been received by 7 p.m. this evening, the above-mentioned date, and other written communications were to be received by 4:30 p.m. this afternoon to be available for the City Council at this meeting. Citizen comment general on non-agenda items and citizen comments and public hearings will be limited to the resolutions on the agenda only. All speakers taking part in the citizen comment and public hearings portions of the meeting shall clearly state their name, address, and title, if applicable, before speaking, and will be limited to 3 minutes. Thank you. At this time, I would declare that citizen comment general is open. People are invited to call in on the number on the screen, which is 860-215-8140, and then when prompted, enter the conference ID 403-8191, followed by the pound key. The line is open. We welcome your thoughts and concerns. Again, Citizen Comment General is your opportunity to share your concerns and ideas about our city at this time, the second meeting of each month. If you have something to share, please call the number 860-215-8140 and follow the conference ID number 403-8191 and the pound key. Again, if you wish to share your concerns with us tonight, the phone number to dial in is 860-215-8140, and then when prompted, the conference ID 403-8191 and the pound key. At this time, it is our third request. If you have something to share during Citizen Comment General, please dial the number listed on the screen at 860-215-8140, followed by the conference ID 403-8191 and the pound key. At this time, I would declare Citizen Comment General to be closed since there are no callers, and thank you.
Second reading and action on the below ordinance previously presented November 16, 2020. An ordinance amending section 8-74, 8-75, and 8-77 of Article 4 of Chapter 8 of the Code of Ordinances pertaining to the Volunteer Firefighter Relief Fund Plan of the City of Norwich.
Thank you. At this time, I entertain a motion from the floor. President Pro Tem Mark Betancourt, your motion, please.
Yes, seeing as the issues surrounding this ordinance have not yet been resolved, I'd like to motion to postpone consideration of this ordinance until March 15th, 2021, which would be the second meeting in March.
Thank you. Is there a second? Alderwoman Gould, a second. Is there discussion on the motion to postpone? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Alderman DeLucia?
Yes.
Alderwoman Miles?
Yes.
Alderman Wilson?
Yes.
Alderwoman Gould?
Yes.
Alderman Nash?
Yes.
President Pro Tem Betancourt?
Yes.
Mayor Nystrom?
Yes.
That's 7-0.
Motion passes to postpone 7-0. Thank you.
City Manager's report.
Thank you. This is the city manager's report for January 19th, 2021. Meetings attended via conference call or video were Governor of Vermont updates, state representatives and legislators, Southeastern Council of Governments, Connecticut Conference of Municipalities, legislative committees, director meetings, NPU City Coordination Meeting, NCDC Board Meeting, Region 4 Emergency Support Plan, and the Department of Health on COVID-19 updates. The city has purchased 10 face recognition body temperature scanners, which can scan a person's face and takes his or her temperature. They are located at the entry to City Hall and various other city buildings. The Public Works Department has completed a major cleanup of dead wood from the Upper Falls Heritage Park, and the Granite Mill building demolition has started, which is all part of the 2018 master plan for the Uncas Leap Heritage Park. The Martin Luther King Center building has been demolished, and the site work is near completion. The engineering office is working with the Laurel Hill Volunteer Fire Departments on replacing the failing retaining wall. Norwich Human Services was able to secure a $35,000 grant through the Community Foundation of Eastern Connecticut and Graustein Memorial to give laptops to 30 high school students, pay $50 per month for 6 months towards 75 families' internet bill, and to work with adult education on hosting a class for parents to help them understand technology. This grant is called Bridging the Digital Divide and will go a long way to help families obtain equity. Unfortunately, the number of deaths in Norwich associated with fentanyl and opiates continues to remain high despite the efforts of the task force addressing this issue. Newington High School urges families to reach out to the recovery coaches in the city to assist family members struggling with substance use disorder. Call the Norwich Human Services Department for more information. The Rose City Senior Center participated with the Uncas Health District to offer 90 vaccinations to people in Group 1A. The plan is for Uncas Health to offer 2 clinics per week at the Senior Center to assist residents in getting vaccinated quickly. The Recreation Department continues to solicit donations to improve Armstrong tennis courts. The committee will be contacting residents and businesses through March to seek donations towards the project. The city's lockbox tax payments as of Friday, January 15th, were 456 payments totaling $1.5 million. At Norwich People's Bank branches, 250 payments totaling $426,000. I've attached the city's departments and Otis Library report for the quarter ending December 31st, 2020. And that concludes my report for this evening.
Thank you, John. Other questions of the city manager? Alderwoman Gould.
Good evening, Mr. Salamone. Just one question, and I'm hoping that you can answer it, although you may not have the information in front of you. For the middle of January, are we on target collecting our taxes?
Yes, we are. We were worried about January, but at this point, collection rates seem to be in the normal range. Obviously, the last 2 weeks are the most critical when we get more of the larger amounts that are due. But anticipating that that happens, we should be on target for the year, which would be a great relief in that projection.
Great, thank you.
Yes. Alderman Wilson, please.
Good evening, Mr. Salamone. So I've got a bunch of questions, but first I want to start by saying I want to give kudos to Norwich Public Schools on some of the great work that they've been doing, updating the cultural calendar and changing to Indigenous Peoples Day. I think sometimes, you know, those things may go unnoticed, but I see great work that the superintendent and the Board of Ed are doing. They're doing some excellent work with addressing cultural equity through their committee as well. So I want to give kudos and shout out to Norwich Public Schools on the continued work that they're doing there. My first question for the city manager has to do with COVID-19. You know, as a city, we've been seeing a consistent rise in positivity rate, cases, so on and so forth. And one of the things, I was on the city website today, and I did not notice the COVID-19 banner that was on the website before. I was wondering, was it removed, and if so, why?
I couldn't hear the last part of your question, Councilor Wilson. Could you repeat that last part?
So I was on the website and I noticed that the COVID-19 banner that was at the top was removed or was not there. I was wondering, was it removed? And if so, could you explain why it was removed?
I wasn't aware that it was removed. I can check on that. Actually, the person that administers the webpage is Jackie. If Jackie is here, I don't have pride of authorship. If she wants to answer the question, that's fine with me if she's in the other room.
All right.
If not, I'll get back to you on that.
Thank you. And then also just several things, you know, I know as a city, our job is, you know, as this vaccinations are being rolled out, and we're trying to get more and more individuals to get tested, you know, to help us bring down our numbers, but more importantly, stop the spread that is going on currently of the virus. So one of the things that, you know, once, of course, the question is answered about the banner, could we do a better job of constantly putting out testing times and dates for sites such as Bacchus Daily for individuals? I know it may be tedious, but I think the more that people see it on social media, on the browser, wherever we're going to put it, I think the better right now, so that we put an emphasis on our residents in the city getting tested when they are not feeling sick. This is a tricky time of year already because it is the flu season, and this is normally when we see that uptick, but we've got this other virus that is really running rampant right now through our community. So I think it would be important, the more we can communicate to individuals about the times, testing sites, pop-up testing, whatever it may be, daily, several times a week would be helpful. And then the other piece is, as I know, I've had quite a few residents in the next group that is to be vaccinated reach out because of the frustration of information as to how to register for appointments and things of that sort. So I'm wondering if you could reach out with Uncas Health and put together something to put both on social media, put on our website for individuals on how to register, schedule appointments, and go about that when it comes to the vaccine, especially for our 75-plus group that is getting vaccinated now. So I just want people to have the information readily available, but also continue to encourage people not to be frustrated when it comes to the process of getting vaccinated and things of that sort. So those are some of the things that I'm hoping can be done over the next few days or week to help us kind of mitigate bringing the numbers down. And then the last thing I have for COVID-19 is knowing that our cases are up over since our last council meeting. Is there anything different that the city is doing as far as operation when it comes to COVID-19 since the numbers are up again?
We are doing a modified work from home for employees that can do it. We had not changed the access to City Hall. It's still by appointment, and it is somewhat stricter to make appointments, but we're being careful on that. We've also taken the initiative to promote getting tested with our public works employees. There was a small outbreak there, and to get confidence in the ability to come to work every day, we got all but a few of the employees tested. We added the measurement instruments that you see as you came in tonight on temperatures. We were able to obtain those through the coronavirus grant, the CARES Act, and they're in each of our city buildings, including fire, police, and planning. So that they're extensively used at this point. And we're urging, tomorrow I have a staff meeting where we're going to talk about whether we need to do a mandatory work at home situation for all those that can, knowing that there are some departments that can't do it, and we need to be able to recognize and protect those departments. As far as the webpage, it's difficult to do it. We have good connections with the webpage and the major information sites such as Uncas Health District and the State Health Department. I find that the information is changing almost daily, and the worst thing you could do is put outdated information up there, because then you have lack of confidence. It's very hard to keep up with the changes. So what we do is we urge the citizens through a link to go to Uncas or go to the State Health Department to get the most current information. If we need to make those links more obvious, then I think we will. But I'm a little hesitant on becoming the primary source for information, and don't want to duplicate the good job that Uncas and the state is doing. Because I'm concerned that we won't be able to keep up with all the information. But I'm always looking for other ways to get the word out on what the city is doing and what the state and local public health is doing.
Thank you. For me, the more important piece when it comes to the COVID-19 is I'm looking for the information of simple steps for individuals when they do go to those links, as far as registering. The basic information, I think, is what is frustrating individuals. I know as far as who's getting vaccinated and things of that sort change daily. My more concern is just the procedural. Once you are able to do things such as schedule your vaccination, what do those steps look like? I think for some individuals, they're a little bit confused or do not know where to turn, and I think just to make it easier for individuals is my main priority for that. So I thank you for the work that you're doing there, and I'll continue to reach out for updates on that. The only last thing that I have, and we've had the discussion before, but since our last council meeting, of course, the incident, of course, that occurred in Washington, D.C., and some of the the ongoing threats of possible to government buildings and different things of that sort across the nation. Just the only question I have, and this is just more so that residents kind of know what we're doing here in the city, is what are we doing to make sure and protect it and make sure our amazing city employees feel safe and are safe when they come to work each and every day.
Well, I don't want to get into too many details for security purposes, but I can tell you that on a daily basis, I'm in communication with Chief Daley about any threats that might be statewide or local. We have retained the police officer, and although the police officer in the City Hall is utilized to help control access because of the coronavirus, the officer also performs the dual task of security. So the City Hall is well protected in that sense. As far as other departments, because of the coronavirus, we actually have better security. We do not let visitors come in without an appointment, and the doors are locked. And because of that, we have a less interaction with citizens, which is unfortunate, but in this time, it gives us a little more control of egress into the buildings. So the key is the communication with Chief Daly, and knock on wood, so far there hasn't been any indication of the threat expanding to local areas at this point.
All right, thank you. That's all that I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there other questions of the city manager? I would just share with the council, the first food distribution is this coming Monday from 9:30 to 12 noon. Those are the scheduled hours. Working with the Connecticut Food Bank, we have put together, we hope will be a robust opportunity on a Monday, every Monday of the week, as long as the food supply lasts, to provide food security here. Over on the east side, again, I want to extend my thanks to the Mashantuckets Tribal Nation, as well as Rodney Butler, their chairman, for their continued cooperation and assistance in making that possible. They are lending their staff, along with our local police department, are engaged in this, our Human Services Office, St. Vincent de Paul Soup Kitchen. But I'm putting a plea out right here now. We need about 40 volunteers each Monday to make this operate well and safely. So if anyone's watching, if you have some free time, please join us at 28 Stonington Road. It's across from the restaurant Pistol Pete's. We could use your help. And again, this will be run every Monday here in Norwich. There's a food distribution in New London on Fridays. There's one, I believe, on Wednesdays in Norwalk, and I do not know the fourth location, but there are 4 across the state. We've accepted this responsibility, and I think it's the right thing for us to do. But if you have some time to give us on a Monday, we look forward to seeing you there. So thank you. Again, 9:30 to 12 it runs. We'll be organizing around 8 o'clock actually out there each day on Monday. Thank you.
Citizen comment on resolutions.
At this time, I declare citizen comment on the 3 resolutions on our agenda this evening. And we invite you to call in. The phone number is 860-215-8140, followed by the conference ID 403-8191 and the pound key. The line is open. Again, if you'd like to share your concerns or your support with any of the resolutions on the agenda this evening, the number to call in is 860-215-8140. And then when prompted, the conference ID 403-8191 and the pound key. Again, if you wish to speak about any of the three resolutions this evening, the phone number to call in is 860-215-8140, followed by the conference ID 403-8191 and the pound key. Again, if you wish to speak to one of the three resolutions this evening, the number to call in is 860-215-8140, followed by the conference ID 403-8191 and the pound key. Seeing as there's no callers at this time, I then declare the citizen comment on resolutions to be closed. Thank you.
New business resolution number 1, relative to an appointment to the Norwich Housing Authority.
Entertain a motion, please, to put this on the floor. Alderwoman Ella Miles, second Alderwoman Gould. Is there discussion? For those viewers at home, it's an appointment to the Norwich Housing Authority, and the nominee is Benjamin Lathrop, one of our former mayors, and we certainly thank him for stepping up to help our community. Would you have the roll call, please?
Alderman DeLucia?
Yes.
Alderwoman Miles?
Yes.
Alderman Wilson?
Yes.
Alderwoman Gould?
Yes.
Alderman Nash?
Yes.
President Pro Tem Bettencourt?
Yes.
Mayor Nystrom?
Yes.
It's 7-0.
Motion passes 7-0.
Number 2, relative to an alternate appointment to the Personnel and Pension Board.
Motion, please, to bring this forward. Alderwoman Ella Miles. Second, Alderwoman Wilson. Is there discussion? Yes, President Pro Tem.
Just that I would motion to refer this to the Appoint-Reappoint Committee. He's already on the agenda. We're meeting tomorrow.
Thank you. Is there a second? A motion to refer? Alderwoman Gould. Is there discussion on the motion to refer? Seeing none. On the motion to refer, would you roll call, please?
Alderman DeLucia?
Yes.
Alderwoman Miles?
Yes.
Alderman Wilson?
Yes.
Alderwoman Gould?
Yes.
Alderman Nash?
Yes.
President Pro Tem Bettencourt?
Yes.
Mayor Nystrom?
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0. Sorry.
Thank you. Motion passes 7-0. Number 3, please.
Roll call again, or number 3?
Isn't that it?
No, motion to refer.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
gone after motion to
Number
refer.
3.
Thank you.
Relative to rescinding the resolution appointing NCDC to administer a portion of the CDBG CV CARES Act funds.
Thank you. Is there a motion on the floor? Alderwoman Ella Miles, second Alderwoman Gould. Is there discussion? Yes, Pro Tem, please.
Obviously, it's a very sad thing that this is really necessary. NCDC's obviously kind of overwhelmed with what's happened, but they are, they're triaging these things, and this is one of the things we thought we could kick back, heading our way with the assistance of another agency sector. But with all that said, I did hear from a constituent today about this resolution, and his concern was that he wanted to make sure anyone that received funds was actually registered as a business with the assessor's office. So I would ask that the city manager follow up and make sure that that becomes the case.
Thank you. I can tell you that the list that has been compiled, the first list that was reviewed was from the assessor's office and the tax records as well. And they also must be a bona fide business in existence for at least 1 year here in the city of Norwich. So that is,
Perfect. Thank
that's
you.
how it's being set up. For your information, there's about 3,000 businesses on the list, small businesses, those under 100 employees, that this program is specifically designed for. Yes, Alderman Wilson.
Just, you know, the only thing that just reiterating from the last time is as we move forward, of course, with this and implementing the program with the assistance of the other organization or agency, just the diversity of making sure that, I know Mr. Vincent was working on different translations for those that don't speak English and things of that sort, but I see so far we've got a headway as making sure that everyone has access to the information for this money. So I thank you guys for that already.
Thank you, sir. I can assure you that with this change, with the funds still staying in the hands and control of Community Development Block Grant Program, with the financial assistance of sector, it actually opens the door, particularly for minority businesses here within the city, with it staying at the HUD office locally. It actually enhances that opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there further discussion? A roll call, please.
Alderman DeLucia.
Yes.
Alderwoman Miles.
Yes.
Alderman Wilson.
Yes.
Alderwoman Gould.
Yes.
Alderman Nash.
Yes.
President Pro Tem Bettencourt.
Yes.
Mayor Nystrom.
Yes.
That's 7-0.
Motion passes 7-0.
I hereby move pursuant to Connecticut General Statute, Section 1-200, subsection 6, that the members of the Norwich City Council go into an executive session for the purpose of discussing strategies and negotiations with respect to collective bargaining. The following shall be asked to participate during all or portions of this executive session at the request of the City Council. City Manager John Salamone, Special Labor Counsel Ken Plum, Director of Human Resources Bridget Marks, Finance Director Joshua Pothier, and Corporation Counsel Michael Driscoll.
Second for the motion? Seconded by Pro Tem Bettencourt? Yes. Roll call, those in favor of going to executive session?
Alderman DeLucia.
Yes.
Alderwoman Miles.
Yes.
Alderman Wilson.
Yes.
Alderwoman Gould.
Yes.
Alderman Nash.
Yes.
President Pro Tem Bettencourt.
Yes.
Mayor Nystrom.
Yes.
That's 7-0.
Motion passes 7-0.